I'm like, why are you calling me? Because it's usually something I've done wrong if someone is calling me, you know what I'm saying?
And they were in tears. And I was like, what the hell happened?
And I believe that we delivered, and it did exactly what it came to do.
It is groundbreaking television.
And I thought, man, if I would have seen an Atticus walk around my apartment complex, that might have changed mine.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Awardist. I'm Entertainment Weekly Executive Editor Patrick Gomez, and I am joined here today by some EW staff favorites, the Emmy-nominated stars of HBO's Lovecraft Country, Jonathan Majors, Jurnee Smollett, Aunjanue Ellis, Michael K. Williams, and Courtney B. Vance.
This story is about my father and the secret birthright that's been kept from us. You going after it. We're gonna need a car.
Who's gonna stand there, Tick?
This is family business, and families stay together.
HBO's Lovecraft Country happened to get 18 total nominations on Emmy nomination day. So congratulations. We're here to celebrate you all, but I'm sure you all were celebrating. How much were you all paying attention on Emmys morning?
Well, Patrick, for me, I was actually I've forgotten. It was great. So I was at work. I was coming back from work, and my buddy was like the text message said, expletive, expletive, expletive. Expletive. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And then they said, bang, 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 bang. I said, what the f going on? And I checked and I went, oh. But then it was Bedlam. But no, it kind of slipped my mind. Yeah, just because of the time framing beat. But it was a great surprise. Yeah.
I want to know what the expletive was.
You could imagine.
You right now, I don't know why you can't say what the expletive is.
One of the brothers died.
Was it polysyllabic or was it monosyllabic?
Polysyllabic. Polysyllabic, yeah.
Just because they don't want you here doesn't mean you're not supposed to be.
Gotta get away.
This is an invitation to unmitigated power.
Where in the hell did I go wrong with you, boy? I told you to stay away from that damn place.
Jurnee, how about for you? What was that morning like?
Expletive.
Yeah.
I was in the hair and makeup trailer. I get a call from my publicist. And I'm like, when they call me, I don't like it. The text is fine. When they call me, I'm like, oh, what? Oh, sorry, Courtney.
Expletive.
So they called me and they were in tears. And I was like, what the hell happened? Oh my God, you're scaring me. And they were like, Jurnee, you were just nominated for an Emmy. And just like that. And I was like, what? No way. No. And then they're like, Jonathan was nominated.
Expletive.
And I start screaming, and everyone in the makeup trailer is like, oh my, what's the matter? You okay? And Allison Janney, my co-star, she comes over, and I'm like, I was just nominated for an Emmy. And she like kisses me and hugs me. And then what was funny is I went on the set because Allison was actually nominated too, but she didn't know. And I literally had to pull up the list to show her that the comedy category for Best Actress had her name. She was like, I didn't think it would happen. She's like in tears about it. That was sweet.
Glad you were able to give some good news. Courtney and Aunjanue, I know as we've mentioned, you've been working together. Were you together on that particular day?
Expletive.
I was buying a chair at a furniture store because my family was coming the next day and I didn't have anywhere for them to sit down. So I was buying a chair at a furniture store and I, like Jurnee said, got a call and I'm like, why are you calling me? Because it's usually something I've done wrong if someone is calling me, you know what I'm saying? And then I went outside and I called back and it was actually good news this time. And I screamed all down. I guess this is it's North Street here in Chicago, Courtney?
Yes.
Yeah.
I heard you, by the way. And I'm on the 36th floor. I heard you.
I'm sure you did. And no, I didn't know that they were announcing it. So it was a nice Tuesday surprise.
How about for you, Courtney?
I was on the 36th floor and heard from my publicist and was very excited. And I'm just excited for our show. We are a special crew and have gone through a lot to get where we are today. That sounds like a commercial. But I celebrate us. And I know Michael will close us out with the discussions about it. But I heard from my publicist and I was very grateful, thinking back to the pilot and as we were tipping over in the car, thinking back to that where you don't know when you do a show whether or not it's gonna go anywhere. So I'm just grateful.
As I'm sure, as you mentioned, everyone is. Michael, as you said, close us out here. What's your story of Emmy's morning?
I had got the days mixed up. I thought it was gonna be the next day from the actual day that it was. So I was packing, actually packing to come to LA, California. So I get the news, and my publicist called me and she told me, I said, oh, well, I want to share my good news. So I called my mother. I said, Mom, I got some good news. She says, what? I said, I got nominated for an Emmy. That ain't no shit. Expletive. That ain't no expletive good news for me. I hate that show. I ain't going. I'm like, okay, Mom, I'll talk to you later. She had been my date for the other 3 times, and she's in her 90s, and that was my. I was like, okay, Mom, I love you too. Talk to you later. Expletive.
Just trying to get out.
Everything is where and as it should be, from God to man to creature.
We're surrounded by monsters. I'm doing this to protect us.
You can't win this game they setting up for you to play.
This legacy belongs to our family.
We gotta face this new world. And stake our claim in it.
You've mentioned, some of you, the melancholy, the sadness that experience is over. And of course, we'd heard that there was going to be a season 2 and then not a season 2. I'd like to hear from any of you that have stories to share about what you heard that was most rewarding in terms of viewer feedback, fan feedback about what this show gave to them. And I'm sure you also heard outpouring of sadness when we heard that there wasn't going to be more of this kind of story told.
One of the things that is so moving to me, one of the things I enjoyed so much about the show is that when the show was premiering, I was in Santa Fe, New Mexico. I was not around. I was not in the culture that I was familiar with in certain ways. But I was just amazed that I walk into my local gym, with a mask on. And there would be people from all walks of life that would just say, oh my goodness, the show and this and this and this. And it was for every single episode. There was a whole demographic of people, that's not necessarily from my culture or my background that was following this show and that was being educated by these stories. And then I hit the airport and it's the homies. And it's like, they're a young, here it is. So I was in LA for a little bit and I was living in the Motel 6. I'll say this and I'll conclude. I was staying in the Motel 6 and just kicking it, prepping for this thing. And I walked out and I was with a buddy of mine, but I walked out and there was this little young black boy. I looked at him and he kind of looked at me and I looked at him and I walked into my hotel room and I went, expletive. I had to run out. I left something. I run out. And when I come out, he's standing there with his mama, right? And she goes, "You're Atticus." And I go, "Yeah." And I go, and I am like, I'm not dressed like Atticus. I'm not an Atticus mode. I'm not an Atticus hue, right? So you're Atticus. And I say, "Yeah." And then a little homie walks up to me, right? And he goes, "Do you live here?" And I say, "Yeah, man. I live right over there, and I show him and he says, "Oh, I live here too." And I say, "Oh, great, man." And then he becomes my little buddy. And I grew up in a really tough area in a way, and I didn't live in the Motel 6. We lived in a really, 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 not so great apartment. I loved it, And I thought, man, if I would have seen an Atticus walk around my apartment complex, That might have changed mine. I would have my shit all the way up, in the best way, expletive, you know what I mean? And for me, that was the highlight. Here's this kid, because we always say like, we don't see ourselves on TV, we don't see us. Man, not only did this kid see a version of himself, he saw then he saw him in the flesh, in a way. And it's like, I went, wow, that's it. That's it. You know what I mean? This kid had to be like 9 years old. My daughter's 8. He had to be 9 years old. And he's my buddy. What's up, man? If you watch this, I doubt you will, but you're my man. That's it.
I would like to piggyback on that as well. What Jonathan just said. I chose to stay away from the melancholy as well. Lovecraft did exactly what it came to do. There's no sadness here. There's no victims here. We put it down. And for one season show, the amount of narrative that we have started, that we have changed, the amount of conversation that is happening, this show was airing right around just either it ended right before what happened, the murder of George Floyd and all of these things. It was perfect timing. It's not a coincidence that the week after Lovecraft went off the air, when the last episode aired, they miraculously found 100 unmarked graves in Tulsa, Oklahoma. The next week, and then the community, our community as a human race in this entire country, we had Lovecraft to go back to and link. It was like life with art. Yeah. You can't make that kind of timing up. It was beautiful, and there is no melancholy here. We were chosen by the ancestors to come and tell a story, and I believe that we delivered, and it did exactly what it came to do. I'm proud of it. Proud of our little one season show.
Yeah, I went and got my hair did a few weeks ago, and this girl did my hair. And she was being, and I'm just sitting here chilling, waiting for my hair to get did, whatever. And without looking at me, she said, I got to tell you, I didn't know that she had ever seen me from anywhere. And she was like, Lovecraft saved my life. And she told me that she was going through some personal changes during the time that Lovecraft aired. And we also know that because of the pandemic, people weren't able to communicate with each other. So a lot of their interaction with other human beings came through the screen. So though that kind of testimony from her and other people, it really is, it's affirming of what we tried to do.
Well, it's beautiful. And I know everyone's so grateful for it. Yes, Courtney.
I look forward to the day that, as we all know, with us in television and film, that we used to get killed off early. In my mind, that's what this kind of is. I look forward to the day where we can have our Game of Thrones, where we have an opportunity for 7-8 years to talk about different time periods and genres and episodes. And so I look forward to that day. This wasn't it. I agree with everyone that no sadness here, but I look forward to the day where we don't have to have an excuse not to go forward.
That's beautifully said. And I'm so grateful that we get to see all of you continue to do fantastic work. And I know you all have expressed how excited you are to see everyone continue to succeed. So we know that Lovecraft was just the next stepping stone for all of you in your careers. People should remember that they can vote for each of you for an Emmy. And we hope we will be rooting for you all on Emmy Sunday. I want to thank, again, Jonathan Majors, Jurnee Smollett, Aunjanue Ellis, Michael K. Williams, and Courtney B. Vance for joining us here on The Awardist. You can check out more Awardist interviews on our Awardist podcast, available wherever you get your favorite audio offerings. And of course, you can always check out more entertainment news and pop culture analysis on EW.com and in the pages of Entertainment Weekly. Thank you all for joining us.